Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Sally Jack's TV mom, and in this particular vlog I wanted to cover two topics. The first one obviously is very sad, hearing about Meghan Markle and her miscarriage, which a lot of women, including myself, have been through, and also what could possibly cause miscarriage as well. It's all going to be done in this vlog right now. So welcome. I do hope this is informative for you, because that's all I ever want to do, and to try and help and to try and guide you in the right way to try and get some help. Because obviously if you've suffered with iron deficiency like myself, or you're suffering with miscarriage where it could possibly be iron deficiency, this could possibly help. Now obviously I'm not medically trained, and I have to categorically say that at the beginning of the vlog. So that means that if you want any further help going forward, anything that I state in this vlog is everything that I've learned, maybe from studies, maybe from other doctors. But before you go and do anything, you need to speak to a doctor first and foremost to be able to get the answers. Now a really good thing is in the description below. What I will do is I will leave you links where you can go to try and get your blood work done, and where you can go for help if you think you are iron deficient. But let's start with the big news in the papers this week and on the news, and that is obviously Meghan Markle with a miscarriage. Now I do struggle talking about this, so you'll have to bear with me. I'm hoping that I'm going to keep myself straight, but I often get a little bit teary, but bear with me. I'm hoping I'm going to be strong for this. I've had two miscarriages, and both of those miscarriages happened after my first son, and obviously I became severely iron deficient. Now we know through my blood work that we knew actually before I had my son I was severely iron deficient. In fact, I was so iron deficient I had nothing in my body. But sadly, as you know from other vlogs that you may have seen, it was never picked up on by doctors or the obstetrician at the hospital. So then obviously after Frankie Jack, 2 years on, I then went and suffered another miscarriage, and then further on from that another miscarriage. Now they can't specifically say that it's definitely down to my iron deficiency, but what they will say is iron deficiency does cause miscarriages. So they can only presume that it may be down to that, but obviously doctors could never say fully. And the WHO actually state that 30% of the global population are anemic, which comes from iron deficiency. Because don't forget, anemia can come from a few sources. You can be iron deficient and become anemic, you can be B12 deficient and become anemic, so it's pernicious anemia, or you can become folate deficient, which is also anemic as well. So there's several different factors of becoming anemic, but the WHO actually state that the one that it's generally linked to is iron deficiency. Now what's happening is that iron deficiency isn't being picked up. Now I know this on quite a mass scale now, because I've done many vlogs which you can see on my playlist, which is under Iron and Health, and I can't even tell you how many messages I answer on a daily basis. And that's not just from the UK, that's from America, that's all over the world. And I've had a lovely message today from a lovely woman called Sheila, basically stating that she followed my advice from one of the vlogs. She went and spoke to the doctors that I sent her to. She then had an iron infusion, and she's felt the best that she's felt in absolute years. Again, being turned away by her GP and being told that there was nothing wrong with her blood work and it was all fine. Her ferritin laid at 17. That is deficient, but the doctor was saying because she wasn't anemic there wasn't a problem with her. So it's a bit of a mixture, is this vlog, of talking about miscarriage but also looking into iron deficiency with miscarriage. And actually around 35% of expectant mothers may be at risk of pregnancy complications, because such as miscarriage or preterm, and that is a new study done by the European Journal of Endocrinology. So that's just come out. Now I know that the Iron Clinic do talk about this and do say that it could be linked to, it can also be linked to, a percentage of it can be also linked to stillbirths. So it's really important. And that iron deficiency, if you haven't got any iron in your body, then obviously you can't pass it on to the child either. So it's really important that that blood work is checked, and it's checked properly. So if you are in any doubt at all over those 143 symptoms of what they know are, such as hair loss, but that obviously can come with pregnancy as well. But hair loss, brittle nails, not functioning, you know, baby brain, it can be down to iron deficiency, and that's after you've had the baby. Also, postnatal depression is linked to iron deficiency. Postnatal anxiety is linked to iron deficiency. Iron aids the function of a protein called thyroid peroxidase, which is crucial to the thyroid hormone in pregnant women that needs to be produced to help the development of that baby, especially in that first 3 months. So there's a lot linked to it here. There's a lot that links to this awful deficiency that could just be corrected. Now, not in every case, because obviously some people will be malabsorbers with their stomach. However, if it can be corrected, which it probably will be in most cases, then it is down to, if you're very, very deficient, it's down to having an infusion. If you're a little bit deficient, then it's obviously just topping up with a tablet. But it's also making sure that your doctor doesn't overdose you. So it's gone into the Lancet. It's a new randomized controlled trial that was done a couple of years ago. And they actually state that no more than 65 milligrams should be taken of iron. That's your ferrous sulfate or your ferrous. Shouldn't be taken 65 milligram only every other day, with a little bit of vitamin C as well, because that vitamin C helps it absorb into the body, and it should also be done on an empty stomach. Now, obviously, the 65 milligram that's just been given, it's the new guidance from the new randomized controlled trial, has just been done for people that aren't pregnant. That's the only way I can put it. So for pregnancy, it will be very different. So you will need to speak to somebody that specializes in iron for pregnant women. So that's just to give you the guidelines of just, you know, everyday people. But pregnancy is very different, and we do need to look at that slightly differently. So if you are iron deficient going into pregnancy, as in if you already found out that you're pregnant and you're iron deficient, then you need to obviously speak to an iron specialist about that to find out what you should and shouldn't be taking, and what kind of levels should be taken. But if you are just like me and we're not pregnant, then of course it should be 65 milligram every other day. Hope that makes sense. But obviously anything that I say in this vlog, you still need to go and check with a doctor. So please, if you are pregnant, or also as well, not having enough iron in the body can also lead to fertility problems. So if you're struggling to have children, I'm not saying it's definitely going to help, I can't tell you that, but it's well worth looking into. And also B12 deficiency, that also needs to be looked into, because that's also linked to fertility problems if you're trying to have children at the moment and struggling. It may not be the answer to your prayers, it could possibly be. Now, I cannot put my hands up to this and say that it definitely is, but there's a couple of people that I've had letters from that have been absolutely gorgeous, and they've been through IVF, they've had several miscarriages, and they followed, you know, sorting out their iron and their B12, and then all of a sudden they've fallen pregnant. Is that down to it? I don't know. I can't tell you that. I am not medically trained, and I don't think doctors could even do that. But it's lovely to hear that some people have had maybe a success from it. So all I'm saying is look into it, delve into it, look into it, have a see as to whether that could be causing your problems. Because obviously miscarriages are heartbreaking. I don't think I'll ever get over mine. It's something that, so when you, I thought I was going to be quite strong. When I read about Meghan Markle, it thumps you. And it thumps you in the stomach, and it just rages all those feelings back that you had, you know, all those years ago, and they never seem to go. There was an interview that I did for The Independent, so I'll leave a link to that, the Independent newspaper. I'll leave a link to that below. And when I read my story compared to all the other women and what they've been through, I think, oh my gosh, mine's nothing, but it still affected me, and there'll be a lot of women that'll go through what I went through. So all I'm saying to you, it is Iron Deficiency Awareness Day today, because it's the 26th of November. And what I'm saying to you is that it can be linked to miscarriage. So it could possibly, who knows, it could possibly be what was wrong with Meghan Markle. Was she iron deficient after she had Archie? Who knows? We haven't looked at her blood work, we don't know. Has she got the doctors that are just saying no, it's fine, because they're just checking her hemoglobin, which is for anemia, and they're not checking for a ferritin? I cannot tell you the answer to that, because at the moment you know, nobody is going to get to look at her bloods. But all I can tell to you is rule it out. That's all I'm saying, rule it out. and it's the iron clinic where I went to, and it's just well worth it. If you write to them, they will write back to you for free, and they will let you know whether your bloods are showing. So you need to get recent blood work, you need to have your ferritin on there, you also need to your symptoms as well, and how you've been suffering, and just let them know, and then they will tell you whether it's an infusion or whether it's tablets that you need to take. They will let you know on this subject. They are the most specialised in their area. GPs are fantastic and they do an amazing job, but actually in this field, I'm afraid I haven't yet, in almost 2 years of trying to raise awareness, I haven't yet met a doctor that actually categorically knows about iron deficiency, speaks to me like they know about iron deficiency, and talks to me about those guidelines. Obviously, the specialists that I speak to that are iron specialists absolutely categorically will tell me it's this and this, but they work in that field, and that's the difference. So I urge you, anybody that's had miscarriages, suffering with this, go and get that blood work done and have a look at your bloods, have a look at your ferritin, and see if it can make a difference. I love you lots as always. It is so hard to go through. I feel for you if anybody has suffered with a miscarriage, because it's just awful. A lot of my stories are on past vlogs, which I'll also leave a description for. Love you lots as always. Please give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I look forward to seeing you on my next vlog. Love you lots. See you later.